What is good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Cat back with yet another Xenoverse 2 DLC 6 news video for you guys today. We have the English translations of not only the Xenoverse Extra DLC Pack 3, but at the end, after we discuss Xenoverse 2's and their DLC upcoming, we're also going to showcase the English translated version of the Dragon Ball Fighter scan showcasing base Vegeta and base Goku. Now I want to give a huge shout out to Shonen Games for translating these scans for us. Without them, obviously we would not have that. I don't know any others that actually translate these scans besides some other YouTubers that do it from here and then, but Shonen does it all the time, so huge shout out to them. Be sure to check out their website, link down below in the description. Now, one other thing that I want to talk about before we get into this video discussing the English translated version of this scan is Sub Saturday. I just want to let you guys know that this week's Sub Saturday, for those who may not have heard it or seen it in a different vid, because tomorrow is the last day to get your submission in, and this week's Sub Saturday, guys, is your fastest rage quit you've ever had against you on Xenoverse 2. The fastest you've ever made someone rage quit. Send those clips to the email down below in the description, because again, tomorrow is the last day to get your videos submitted for this week. Now, jumping into this scan finally. As you see on the screen right here, this is the top part of the half. I broke it into two parts so you guys can get an up close look at it once again like I usually do. And on the top part, this is really just showing off one of her attacks called it's a super move called Ray Blast. Now this is the attack basically when she was getting angry and she started to charge up energy for her ultimate attack. All those key beams were shooting everywhere. Those beams of lightning were just shooting everywhere, and that's when Goku initially started to dodge those with his Ultra Instinct. For those who actually remember that scene, that's where that attack actually comes from. Now the thing that I'm curious with that attack is that was really like a charge up into an ultimate, so I'm really wondering if that ability will not only shoot random lightning things of ki everywhere, but also if it will give you some kind of ki boost or something along those lines, because again, it was more of a charge up into her ultimate with Gigantic Breaker. Now moving on to the second part of this scan that showcased two of her other attacks, along with her just doing a regular combo on the bottom right. But starting out with her other attacks, the first one we do not get a name for. It gets a it shows the animation for it. It's a super attack. I'm guessing, I do not believe that she will be getting two ultimates. It would be kind of crazy if she did. That would be lit. But I believe the attack on the left is a super attack, and it says this attack has Kefla gather power in her fist, but if you miss, you'll be left open. This is the same thing that she did against Goku, basically when Goku first went into Ultra Instinct and she charged at him and she completely missed. That's the animation that you see on the bottom, but if you actually do connect with this move, you get the animation that is seen above that. Now it says recreate that moment when you use Gigantic Breaker, and I don't believe that move is called Gigantic Breaker, because if you look to the right, it says Ultimate Attack Gigantic Breaker. So when it says recreate that moment, it's not talking about the moment at the bottom left, which is another scene like we just talked about in the actual super anime, but it's talking about Gigantic Breaker, Kefla's ultimate. One of my favorite just moves, I guess you would say, that we saw in the super anime. It was just absolutely just lit. Everything about it, the way she started out with the Ray Blast and then charged it into her two hands with the Gigantic Breaker, had the key spinning literally in her hands like they were some Destructo Disc, but brought them together for a massive just key wave. That was an amazing attack, and it just looks just as amazing in Xenoverse 2 as well. That is probably the move I am most hyped for out of this DLC period, regardless of what else is announced. That move right there is one of my favorites from the anime without question, so I'm really hyped to get my hands on Kefla. I could not say her name for a second. Let me know how hyped you are for Kefla, and which of the three attacks out of the ones that were showcased in this scan are your favorite. Is it the super attack Ray Blast, the other super attack that we do not have a name for but is a recreation of when she tried to attack UI Goku, or is it her ultimate attack Gigantic Breaker? Let me know down below in the comments, but let's move on to the Dragon Ball Fighter scan now. Alright guys, moving on to the Fighter scan. As you see, I did the same thing for this one that I did for the Xenoverse 2 scan by splitting it into two different parts, and we're going to talk about Goku first. So getting it started with Goku, as you see at the top left, it says Meteor Attack Spirit Bomb. Keeping its ease of use keeping its ease of use with a brand new twist. This Spirit Bomb moves slowly with increased power. Now that description right there kind of makes me wonder about this move, how fast it's going to be, how you're going to be able to land it. Are you going to be able to land it in a traditional fashion? Because as most people who play fighters know, you are able to land most level 3s or any really level 1 or level 3 off of a simple heavy knockdown attack if you are in the air. So I wonder if that's the case with this, or if it's going to be a move more similar to like Broly's level 3, where you have to do something specific to be able to land this move. For example, with Broly's level 3, the easiest way to land it is by doing the grab with a quarter circle back X or Y, I believe, that goes into the grab, and you do the ult right after. You use his level 3 right afterwards. I'm wondering if Goku's Spirit Bomb is going to be like that, or if it's just going to be like the traditional ones where you can just hit your opponent with a heavy knockdown in the air, come to the ground, and be able to land it. Now the other thing that they showcased for Goku was his Kaio-Ken. Now it does say special move Kaio-Ken right there, but as you guys will see later on in the scan, it also says special move Gallic Gun for Vegeta as well. So I don't believe it's actually a special move. You know, a special move in Dragon Ball FighterZ is just a simple quarter circle forward X, something along those lines. I do believe this is his level 1. His level 1 is going to be Kaio-Ken most likely, and it says keep up the onslaught by pressing buttons. Upon activation, increase damage by 3 or 20 times if your teammates have fallen. Now that's something that really doesn't make sense to me, because I never really got the sense that Kaio-Ken was like a rage type transformation, that when people fell or people died, Goku's Kaio-Ken increased. I never really got that feeling from it. So that part does not make sense, but I'm really curious to see how it works, if it's gonna be like Potential Unleashed, if you just how Potential Unleashed can be charged with 7 meter at one time. Will Kaio-Ken be able to have the same effect, and what are gonna be the different levels? Are they gonna literally have by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Like, is there gonna be a Kaio-Ken times 12 in this, or are they just gonna go by like the traditional numbers, which I believe is times 3, times 4, times 10, and times 20? Are those going to be the 4 stages, or are they going to have a literal number for each and every single stage? Real curious about that as well. But let's move on to the Vegeta part of the scan, which did not get as much, in my opinion. Like, it didn't get as much showcase for it. But it says on the left hand side, it says I charged up all this energy for a reason, and it shows the picture panning down to the bottom. I'm really curious as what that is. Like, what is that move right there? It says shoot a beam of energy towards the ground. You can use this in the air or on the ground. Either way, it's a great combo ender. But it seems that the beam, I can't really tell if the beam was hitting Vegeta at first. At first, I thought this beam was hitting Vegeta when we had the Japanese scan and didn't have an English translation. But that beam may be something that comes down and hits your opponent. I really don't understand that. I don't remember Vegeta using anything like that. Like, his strongest attack I remember was the special move Gallic Gun that you see on the right. That was the only real major beam that I remember from the Saiyan Saga with Vegeta. I don't remember him ever shooting a blue beam at all, especially one that comes from the sky. I just do not know what that move right there is. It really confuses me. Maybe it's, at first I thought it was maybe part of a dramatic finish, but at the same time, if you look at that screen, you try and look at the health in the background, there are people still alive. So I really don't know what that is all about. I don't know what that move is. Let me know if you guys have any opinions, thoughts, or anything regarding that, because that is the part of this scan that truly left me stumped. When I was looking at the Japanese version, I was stumped looking at it, and even getting the American version and seeing the translation, I'm still stumped, because I do not remember Vegeta ever doing anything like that in the actual anime during the Saiyan Saga, and that is definitely supposed to be based off Saiyan Saga Vegeta, unlike Goku, who seems like he can be just base Goku all the way up to the Frieza Saga. Saiyan Saga Vegeta did not do anything of that nature, so I'm really confused on that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that down below. But all in all, man, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your favorite parts of these scans from the Xenoverse 2 scan or the Fighter scan. Which are you most hyped for? I know most people are going to be saying Xenoverse, obviously, since that's the main thing I put out on my channel. But I know there are a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ fans out there that are extremely hyped for these new characters coming to FighterZ, even though We already have 2 different versions of Vegeta and Goku. A lot of people are hyped to finally see a Spirit Bomb, an insane Gallic gun like that, and just relive that nostalgia with the FighterZ graphics. So again, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, till next time, I hope you have a good day. Peace, y'all.